Welcome back to the show. Today we're celebrating Mother's Day, a moment to honor the women who raised us, inspired us, and somehow always knew what we were getting into. Whether it's a mom, a grandma, an aunt, or someone who stepped into that role, this episode is for them. And let's get into it. So this year marks 5 years now since my mom passed that, we're essentially celebrating Mother's Day without her. My routine was always, I wish my mother a happy Mother's Day first. Then I would wish my grandmother. And then as I got older and got married, I would wish my mother a happy Mother's Day first. Then I would reach my wife. I would wish my wife a happy Mother's Day. And then grandparents and grandmother and things of that nature. So it's been different these last 5 years. Um, but still moving and pushing forward. Want to take some time to kind of talk about my mother and the kind of mother she was. You know, at my age, you hear a lot of people say like their mother didn't play around and was built different. Well, let me tell you, that's my mother. She was definitely built different, and she did not play around. What she didn't play around with the most was her 4 kids and her grandchildren. That's when she could go full blown mama bear. Um, in a little bit, I'm going to go over my top 10 memories that I have with her. But, just wanted to kind of just talk about the mother, the kind of mother she was. Uh, Always there for you. Um, Even if she wasn't your mother, like this just kind of person she is. She was always there for everyone, that she could be there for. She'd be a life of the party. Sometimes she was the party. She her cooking, man. Like if I there's like I miss a lot about my mother, but her cooking is like definitely like one of those things where it's like when she would come up for holidays or she would just come up, just to kind of get a break, and she would come up to where I live and spend time with me and my family. We knew we were going to eat well. I couldn't tell you what's the best thing she cooked because she cooked so much that was good. Things I like the most, people are going to probably not like it. My wife doesn't like it. Chitlins, um, when she would make those, like, man, I loved it. Her fried chicken, her sweet potato pie, um, her sweet potatoes, her collard greens, her potato salad, her mac and cheese. I'm kind of getting hungry thinking about all this. Her coconut custard pie, or coconut pie, sorry. And then she would make lemonade, like freshly squeezed lemonade. She would roll the lemon. She even taught like my kids to roll the lemon. So that was fun to like watch her do that. But Mother's Day was just always like that. I think every day should be Mother's Day. Um, as you get older, obviously, as kids, you go out and you start your own families and stuff. But, I always remember where I come from. And, a big part of where I come from is, my mother. Um, so I just, I still think about her every day. It finally got more so recently over like the last year where I can like tell stories and stuff and like kind of get through the story without getting too emotional. I love telling my kids like stories about her. They mainly love the stories where she really kind of showed that she didn't play. Like those are the stories that they love the most. Um, I was her, I'm her youngest, so I was her baby. But in all honesty, all of us were her babies. Um, you know, she treated us differently because she treated us based off of what we needed, and and how we needed her at that time. She's always a mother first to me, but um, a lot of like my faith comes from her. She helped, kind of instill that in me and help me. um, there were times where I could get down or something, and she would switch. She would always remain that mother, but she would switch into minister mode or reverend mode. Um, but she was just always there. I think I noticed it more after she was gone. Unfortunately, a lot of times in life, you truly you don't know kind of what you lost until like the person's gone. That's when you really it like really hits you. Um, but yeah, it's been 5 years. Um, you know, I miss her every day. Um, I got her as a part of a Mount Rushmore. I got her tattooed on my arm, and then um, I got a tattoo that's dedicated just for her. It's a cross. Um, it has like a family tree in the middle because family was big and important to her. Then it has like these like dots, and it represents the number of grandchildren. And then I got her favorite verse tattooed above and below it. um, Funny way to honor my mother, obviously, because my mother didn't like tattoos. She always told me if God wanted me to have tattoos, I'd have been born with them. Um, so I know it's probably not the way she would have wanted me to like honor her, but it was something that I loved when I got it done. Um, to me, it's kind of like I could still see her every day. Um, so yeah. Um, but so now I want to get into my top 10 like favorite memories of her. And bear with me, you don't see me looking away from the screen from the phone because I have them, because I want to make sure. So I'm gonna start from 10 and work my way down. So number 10 was her picking me up from college. And then we would go to the movies and then out to dinner after the movies, just the two of us. And it's so funny because like my friends would be like, "Hey, what did you and your mother go and see?" And like I told them, and they're like, "Your mother went and saw that? We went and saw 8 Mile. I don't know how many times. Like probably it was more like a twice a week thing. We would go there, then we would go to Outback. I know my mom's order like the back of my hand. She'd get a hamburger, no cheese, just lettuce, tomatoes, and mustard, and then she'd get a baked sweet potato and a baked potato. Um, Clockwork. Like she in a Coke with no ice. I'll never figured out why she did the Coke with no ice, because to me it was like room temperature. But I valued a lot of stuff, so I didn't argue with her at all. So that's number 10. Number 9 is it's a good memory to me, but I don't know how she felt about it. So in middle school, I got suspended for a week. Those who know me know why I got suspended for a week. So we won't go into that in this episode. But so when I got suspended for a week, so I got suspended on a Friday. So I was suspended for the following week, that Monday through Friday. She's like, "You're not sitting at home and, just playing games and watching TV. You don't come to work." So she took me, she owned her own beauty salon. So she took me there, and I was sweeping up hair. I would go and get some of her customers like lunch. There was a Checkers restaurant, literally like maybe a 5 minute walk from there, if that. It was like a good week. Like she paid me. Of course, she told me don't get suspended again. I did, but I never returned back to work. But that was a good week, both financially, and it was just like fun to be there with my mom. In between her customers, we would watch The Onion and Restless. Yes, I watched The Onion and Restless 100% because of my mom. Um, so that's number 9. Um, Number 8, and it's funny, I just told my kids and my wife about this earlier, um, was her taking me to get pictures done after I graduated. So I graduated. We're not going to go to the year because I'm not trying to give you my age, but when I graduated, there was a lot going on that day. So she couldn't get me to get pictures like she wanted. So it was like a couple of days after I graduate, she comes home early and she's like, "Get your cap and gown. You're going, we're going to the store. You're going to get pictures taken." And I'm like, "I'm not taking no pictures. I'm good." I turned around. And I went back to playing my game. Heard the door open and shut, so I was like, okay, maybe she's going to get dinner. About 3 minutes later, I just hear her voice, and she's like, "We can do this the easy way or the hard way. The easy way is you come and get these pictures done, or you don't ask me for no more money." And my response was, "What time are we leaving?" But at the end of the day, it ended up being a good memory. Plus, it made her happy, so I was cool with it. I was 18 and thinking I was grown, so I thought I could say no, but that didn't go over so well. So number seven was really something that was I had always saw her do this prior to me being able to experience. So me being able to experience it was much better. Was watching her in action as a grandmother to my kids. She was awesome. She had her own bond with each of my kids, as I feel she does with all of her grandkids. Um, but it's just watching her. Of course, it's different because my mom as a mom was different than my mom as a grandma. But it was just always a blessing and always something to watch. So I'm glad all three of my kids actually got to have a relationship with her and know her before she passed away. Um, Number six is something that it does. I still think about every day. It's like the phone calls or the text messages that I would get right when I needed my mom. Like it's like she knew. Um, like she would text me, "Hey, number four, how you doing?" Or she would call me and stuff, and it would be like I needed like to hear from her, even if it was just like nothing major going on. It was just like, oh, I just needed like, that wisdom, or I just needed like to hear my mom's voice or something. Those like I still wish I could get today. Um, Number five. So in the beginning of my career, I actually got to work with my mother. We worked at the same company, and for almost a year, maybe even about a year, maybe a little over a year. So maybe anywhere between like 9 and 14 months. She was my relief. So like I worked the 4 to 12 shift, and then she did the graveyard shift, midnight to 8. So she was my relief. So I got to see her more, even though, I was older and we weren't living together. Like I got to see her and like that was awesome. But also, again, working with her um, early on in my career and her being a mentor was definitely something I don't take for granted. Um, Number four, after my first bout of kidney stones, um, and I didn't know like what it was, went, you know, went to the ER. They told me what it was, but I still didn't know what kidney stones were. Um, so my mom's the type that if it's something unknown, she don't play when it comes to her children. So she actually came up to my house and stayed with me and the kids and my wife for about a week. My wife was still working. I was out of work at the time, so she came up and spent the week with me. And it was just, man, it was awesome. Like me and the kids had fun. The kids were little. Um, you know, my youngest daughter, she was in kindergarten. No, she was actually in first grade. So, um, but it was fun. So I love that and I appreciated that. And it's a because she drove up by herself. Normally, my big sister, my oldest sister, would bring her up. So I didn't even know she knew the way. She just called me and was like, "Hey, like, what's your address?" And when I get to such and such, that's when I turn. I was like, "Yeah, I'm not thinking about it." And then next thing I know, like, there's a knock on the door, doorbell rings, and then I look out the window and me and the kids and I'm like, "Grandma's here." So like that was awesome. Um, Number three, her 70th birthday dinner at Morton's. She had all her kids there, um, which I knew like meant the world to her. So just being able to be there, for a big milestone, and uh, you know, the food was good, but the company was even better. Like being there with her, and you know, because it's something she wanted. It was awesome. I enjoyed it, and I know she enjoyed it as well. Even got a picture afterwards with all her kids, so I know she loved that. Um, Number two um, was surprising her when she was ordained minister. Um, I was a jerk of a son. I didn't plan on attending. My older sister, not my oldest, but my older sister, talked to me. So thanks, T. But my oldest sister talked to me. My older sister talked to me. So I remember we pulled up. My mom was sitting in her car, in her van. Um, and then I went and tapped on the window, and she like looked up and saw me, and she smiled and got out the car and gave me a hug. Um, so I was glad that I like put then I was young and immature, so I was glad I like grew up and did that. So that was awesome. Um, and then number one uh, was her walking me down an aisle during my renewal ceremony, which I'll talk more about that in a later episode. But yeah, so my renewal ceremony, she walked me down the aisle, and it was, I still like look at the pictures and see it, and just, you just see like the joy in her face. And like me, I was happy, but I was nervous because I was just like, if I trip, everyone's laughing at me. Like, it does not matter that they're partly there for me. They're gonna laugh. Um, but though, yeah, those are my top 10 memories of my mom. Um, and it was hard to choose just 10. Like, literally was working on them for uh, about 6, 7 weeks. Is about how long it took me to really get those memories down. And that wasn't just a joke to do that. It really did take me about 6, 7 weeks. But what I could just say is, I love my mom. I miss my mom. Um, she believed in me at times when I didn't believe in myself. And she was a better mom than I was a son, but love her. Um, so get into the next part real quick. Um, uh, it's a segment where I'm going to have a special guest, um, and we don't know how this is going to go, but she'll have her chance to get payback, so I better tread lightly. But it's time for the hot seat. And today, my special guest is not only my wife, but she's also the mother to 66.7% of my kids. Um, and she has the receipts to prove it. She knows me better than anyone. Probably her and my youngest daughter are the two that really, really know me, and my oldest sister. But don't tell her that. But I'm asking her questions. I'm putting her on the hot seat, and she can't prepare for the questions because she has no idea what the questions are. I kept them very top secret so she wouldn't see. So her reactions, her responses will be genuine in real time. And I can tell you, I tried to take it easy because I value my life, but we'll see. Um, but and maybe we'll get into a little friendly roasting, but we'll see. Um, but let's get into it. I'm gonna get my wife in here, Rebecca. Um, so she's coming. She has short legs, so it just takes her a little longer than most people to walk.
Haha, very funny.
So before I get into the questions, um, I got a couple of things from the kids. Um, so this is from Ariel. She said, "How I describe my mom is hardworking. She works very hard every single day to help make sure our family is taken care of. No matter what she deals with, she always puts that behind her and gets her work done every day." Um, and then from Tristan, how I describe my mom is caring. She always has my back for everything, and she always looks out for me. So those are from our two kids together. But let's get into some questions. That's what I want. So question number one: When did you know you wanted to be a mother, and how many kids did you want?
Um, I pretty much knew I wanted to be a mother in my early 20s. Um, I definitely wanted 2 kids at least, but no more than that.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you got what you wanted.
Yep.
If you leave it up to our daughter, we'd have what, about maybe 4 kids?
Yeah.
Messing with her.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. What does being a mother mean to you?
Being a mother means being there for your kids, helping them through hard times, and pretty much just being supportive.
Well, you do all of that, so, and
Yeah.
more. Um, Next question. What is one parenting regret, if any, do you have?
Oh, that's a good one. Um, I don't know. I definitely don't think I have any parenting regrets.
I can believe that, um, mainly because if you're about to make a mistake, you'll correct it real quick before it actually happens. And if there's anyone that probably has regrets, it's probably me. But I guess we'll wait that till Father's
Father's
Day.
Day?
So uh, we'll move on. What's something you wish more people understood about being a mom?
Mm, there's a lot that goes into motherhood, and some people just aren't built for motherhood. Anybody can have a kid, but not everyone can be a mother.
Understatement of the year. Should get that. We should get that on a shirt. We probably know a lot of people that we could say that too, but we'll be nice.
We'll keep that to
Yeah,
ourselves.
that's between me and you. Okay, what's a piece of advice you hope your kids remember long after they're grown?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a good one because this is what
Re-
I do.
Rely on your family
Mm.
always, because they're the ones who are going to be there for you.
But can we throw the caveat that don't always rely on daddy's money?
Yeah,
Thank you.
that would definitely be in there.
Because mama and daddy want to travel.
Yeah,
So we need them funds, right?
we need the
Yeah,
funds
unless they
so they can.
want to pay their own way,
Well, I mean,
then they
they
can
want to
tag
pay.
along, right? But
Yeah,
okay, I just want to make sure
on
we're
their
aligned.
own
We're
dime.
aligned. Um, okay, what's one thing you wish you could go back and tell yourself before becoming a mom?
Oh,
And it doesn't have to be.
get ready for the sleepless nights in the beginning.
Yes.
Get ready for the sleepless
Do
nights.
you remember? So it was different. So when Ariel was born,
Mm-hmm.
we lived with your mom.
Yep.
But when Tristan was born, we had our own house.
Yeah.
So because I was still working while you were on maternity leave and I had to get Ariel to daycare,
Yep.
you slept downstairs with Tristan and I slept upstairs
Yep.
and Ariel slept in our room
Yes.
because she kept trying to sleep downstairs with you and brother, but we were like, no, because
Yes.
you won't sleep and you got
Nope.
daycare to go to.
Yep.
And she wanted to skip daycare.
All the
All the
time.
time. I'm like, nah, my girl, like we already paid it.
You need to
But
go
do
to
you
daycare.
remember like when you finally came back upstairs and like slept in the bed, you were just like it was like heaven on earth. You did not
Yes.
want to leave.
No.
Um, so I remember that, and I thank you for that because you didn't get on me. You understood how our schedule worked. I was working, and we
Oh
live
yeah.
in PA, but I was still working in Rockville, so I'm getting up, at about 5 in the morning, had to get Ariel to daycare right at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Then beat traffic, which never happened.
Never.
Glorious 270 traffic.
Lovely.
Asked us about it. Um,
That's
but
another
then,
episode.
yeah, but then, then I would come home. And when I came home, correct me if I'm wrong, I tried to not really relieve you because it's both our jobs, but try to be present so you could relax, take a shower, not have to, feed, because
Oh yeah.
eating schedules was different. Ariel, the way she eats now is the way she ate as a kid. Tristan as a kid, only time he cried was when he
He
needed
was
a diaper
hungry.
change or he was hungry.
Yep. It's only one or two things.
Okay, what's a myth about motherhood you think needs to disappear?
Myth?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
While you're thinking, can I say something that I would love to?
Yes.
The myth that mothers have off days. They don't. Moms don't get an off day. Moms don't get sick days.
Oh
Moms
yeah,
do,
no sick
moms
days.
don't get, you know, the luxury of sometimes even eating with their kids or their families. Like I know, like when we sit down, if we eat dinner together, by the time you've made the dinner, you made the plates, by the time you're sitting down, sometimes I'm even asking for seconds or I'm
Yep.
almost done and I'm just sitting there just so you're not there alone, but you don't complain.
Exactly. Nope.
But that would be one myth that I would love to disappear. I don't know if you have another myth or if that fits for two, but it's just that is a myth that, like, come on, we need to get rid of that myth.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest one is that moms do not get days off.
You see how aligned we are?
Nothing. Nothing.
I can answer for her because I know my wife. Uh,
Yes.
what's a moment with our kids that you replay in your mind because it meant more than you said at the time? And
Um,
that I know could be hard. There's so many moments.
there's so
Like I
many.
mean, our kids are 18 and 15. Uh, and so yeah, like I'm glad I'm asking that and I don't have to answer it because oh, I don't know.
Ooh.
But what's a moment that like with the kids that you could think of? Whether it be them together, things they did separately. Just want your thoughts on that.
Mm. I'm not sure.
Okay, so here let me.
There's too many.
I was gonna say so maybe think how you felt watching Ariel with gymnastics at the first time,
Oh, so proud.
or her what was it, elementary school graduation. Um, we didn't get to see that with Tristan though
No.
because it was what it was. I think it was
Was it
COVID,
COVID?
right? I think it was COVID.
It was COVID.
Yeah, so we didn't get he didn't get that graduation,
No.
which was a bummer.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
Okay,
Kind of wish
so
that we
so
had that.
basically, your answer is too many to really
Too many
narrow
because,
down.
like, that and then Tristan joining basketball, Tristan joining soccer.
Uh,
Yeah.
football, recently track,
Yeah.
um,
Well, him
swim.
him and Ariel doing track. I
Yeah,
mean, doing
basketball.
basketball together and doing swimming
When
together.
I was their coach the
Yeah.
first year, yeah.
Yep, that was
Um,
nice.
okay, so next question. What's a part of motherhood you don't think I fully understand yet, but you wish I did?
Maybe you carry the babies.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that
um,
probably never happened
I like to.
in our lifetime.
I'm thankful for being born a guy. Well, hold on now. I was trying to be nice, but remember what the nurse said when I was in the hospital at one time. She did say that
Oh,
a man having kidney stones is
yes,
equivalent to childbirth.
I
Correct?
remember.
And I've had kidney stones over 80 times. You've only had two kids.
True,
But I
true.
still don't take away what women do when it comes to childbirth and stuff. Um, so, okay. Um, what's a fear you have as a mom that you rarely talk about?
Oh, that's a good one. Uh, uh, fear pretty much that they'll get snatched, but then they'll get given back.
So, if you don't know this about us, we watch a lot of investigative, discovery, and Lifetime movies. Um, so we're just naturally paranoid.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
100%. Okay, couple of fun questions. Who's the stricter parent?
Oh, that's definitely you.
Hater.
I'm the no parent.
Okay,
He's the strict one.
who's the fun parent?
That's definitely you too.
Yes, yes.
You can be strict and fun.
I know. How?
I can be neither.
Yes. She says no to everything. You know, for the part of the audience that's older, you remember back in the day when you were like, "Hey, can I have McDonald's?" and your mom or your dad would be like, "There's McDonald's at home." That's her. She is quick to say, "I'll make you McDonald's at home. I'll make you Chick-fil-A at home. I'll make
Yep.
you Raising Cane's at home." She is famous for that. But then the fun parent comes in and says, "Babe, let's just get the McDonald's," and she's like, "Oh." Uh, but I take the brunt of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a fun question.
Okay.
Describe your relationship with each of our children. So describe your relationship with Ariel. Describe your relationship with Tristan.
My relationship with Ariel first, because she's older. She steals all my hair products. She steals my flat iron. I don't know. She uses it until it's gone,
And don't forget the
and then
shopping trips in your closet.
yes, and she goes in my closet and she puts my Jordans on and she says, "Can I borrow these?" And by borrow she means have, because you know
They never
she
make it back.
knows that I don't like other people's feet in my shoes as well. And so when she puts her foot in them, then I'm not going to want them back. So she knows this.
She knows it and she uses
Yes.
it to her advantage. Okay,
Yes.
so describe your relationship with Tristan.
Oh, and then Tristan. Good old Tristan. Tristan knows I'll just do whatever he wants me to do. Sadly. It's because he's the baby.
But
Yeah.
not so, baby, because he's taller than you now.
I know he's bigger than me. Well, taller than me.
But yeah, that's baby boy, and I think everyone babies Tristan.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do it, you do it,
All of us.
Kiki does it,
Yep.
Ariel definitely does it. Ariel
Yep.
would say we glaze him, but
Oh, she
Ariel
glazes
like
him more.
don't mess with her brother. Don't mess with her brother, and don't mess with her dad.
Nope.
She don't have to worry about no one messing with her mom because she know daddy will protect that. Uh,
Yep.
okay. What's one thing you hope our kids inherit from you, and one thing you hope they inherit from me?
I hope they inherit your sense of style. Apparently, I have none. Um,
She has no drip. She's like a leaky faucet.
yeah, no drip at all. And then I hope they inherit my hardworking skill.
Yes, I'm a hard worker too.
You're a hard worker too,
But
but
no, yeah,
yeah,
she's built different for
yeah,
real. She in the 19 years we've been together, outside of maternity leave, I've only seen her call out of work twice. Um, and I think both times is because I forced you to, because you were just really not
yeah.
feeling well. She was still
I still go to
gonna
work
go.
sick.
Yeah, like if she's contagious, she she won't go. So let me, I
No,
don't want everyone saying, no, you can't. No, if she's
I'm
contagious,
not.
she won't go. But if she ain't got a fever and she's not contagious, she just keeps trucking. As long as she has
Yep.
her Dunkin' coffee and some cough drops, she's good.
Cough drops,
And bad
100%.
combination, by the way. But
Yeah, don't
whatever,
drink that together. I
whatever.
need those together. It's not good.
What is the hardest part of being a mom that you didn't expect before having kids?
Uh, I don't think there was a hard part. I expected all of it. All the crazy
So there
that
was
came
no
with it.
surprises.
No surprises.
And I think that's what helped you be so prepared,
Yeah.
is because one, before you became a great mom, you were a great aunt. Like
Yes.
you had nieces and nephews that not that you were practicing, but you were around,
That
so
I
you
was
were around
tilting
kids. Yeah, so you
around.
were around kids.
Oh yeah.
Where like, so I felt like that's what I remember. I was like, oh, like I don't have to worry about it because like she's already been through those stages. Like you dealt with teenagers before your kids were teenagers.
Yeah.
And of course you were a teenage girl, so you already knew. Different though, because times are different. With these teenagers these days get away with, we wouldn't even try. Let's be
No.
honest. Our parents didn't play. They old school. So,
Real old school.
but okay. So we got 3 questions left. What's a
Ooh.
lesson you hope our kids learn from watching
Uh, don't be chumps.
you?
This family chumps me all the time.
Look, what are we supposed to do? She makes it so easy.
Well,
She makes it
don't be
so
chumps like me.
easy. Yeah. Okay. Second to last question. When I wrote this question, I was like, I'm setting myself up.
Yeah, you are.
One word to describe parenting with me.
Oh, difficult.
Difficult of all words, difficult?
Difficult.
Is it because I'm the fun parent and the
Yes.
stricter parent?
And whenever I
And when
say
you say
no,
no, they come to me and say,
they
and I
turn
say yes.
around and they look at
Now,
you, and then I get
but
looked
it's
at and
like,
like, you're no fun.
so Ariel knew as a kid
Yes.
what my doodle wants, my doodle gets. And she still uses that 18 years later.
Yeah.
But Tristan is
With the
different because
faces.
Tristan's easy. He
Yeah,
don't
he
want
don't.
not. He
He
don't want
doesn't.
much.
He doesn't ask for anything.
He just wants
Hardly.
to come and talk sports with
Hardly.
me.
Oh yeah, the sports thing
And
lately.
occasionally he'll want like ice cream or something. But
Yeah.
other than that,
He's a sweets kid.
she's hating when she says difficult. She loves parenting with me. Okay, last question. What's a moment with each of our kids where you thought, yep, that's definitely his kid?
How much time do we have left? Because it might take the whole rest of this. Every day, whenever I look at our daughter,
I knew you were
and
going to go
she's
there
like,
first.
I don't want that. I don't want to eat that. I want this. And then there's no bargaining. Nothing. It's 100%. I want this, and that's it. That's you.
Yes. Yes. She
Yep.
will take something out for dinner and she'll be like, "Oh, babe, I'm making this," and me and Ariel will be like, "No, we want
Both of them
Chipotle, we want
together.
Chick-fil-A, we want this, we want that," and she's like, and you'll be like, "Really?" Be like, "Yeah." Ariel's thing is, whatever she sees on TikTok, that's what she wants.
Yes.
With me, it's like It's not what I see on TikTok. I'll like get the craving something out of nowhere, and then I'm like, oh, I have to have it. And I'm like, so how do I do this without babe getting mad? So then I'll be like, hey babe, you're tired, you closed, you got off late. And she's like, where are you sending me now? Like, it
Yep.
ain't no thanks babe for
Nope.
being, where are
Mm-mm.
you sending me now?
What?
What are
Where
we
we
doing?
going?
What are we doing with the food I already took out? I'll still make it. I'll just take it for lunch.
Yep.
Okay, so that's for Ariel. Now for Tristan, what's the moment where you'll look and be like, "Yep, he's my kid."
When he starts talking about all them sports, I'm like, oh my gosh.
And it's mainly football.
Yeah. Yeah.
He When he started playing football, it was a little over a year.
Yeah.
Um, a little over a year ago. It was like his last year. It was in 8th grade. So his games were like on Sundays. So
Yeah.
he would miss football. I would watch it. If I went to his games, I'd just watch it on my phone. But this past year, playing it at the high school, his games are either on Tuesdays or Saturdays. So
Yeah.
him and I got to watch the entire football season. We'll get into that in another episode, and we'll tell you what our team is and how sad we are. But we'll get into that. All right, so that wraps up the hot seat. I wasn't too bad on you.
No.
Is there anything you want to say to anyone first. So I'll say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day in heaven to my mom. Happy Mother's Day to
Happy
my
Mother's
wife.
Day.
Happy Mother's Day to my godmother. Happy Mother's Day to my grandma. Happy Mother's Day to actually my big sister, my oldest sister, who like has stepped in, since our mom passed. Like
Yep.
she's been, she was like that motherly figure before then, but she really stepped in. Happy Mother's Day to my one sister um, who lives close to me. Uh, Happy Mother's Day to my mother in law. Happy Mother's Day to just all the moms out there, mothers, stepmothers, dads that have to step in and be mom.
Yep.
Um, you know, and one thing I hope is I don't have to say Happy Mother's Day to my daughters no time within the next 20 years.
Yeah. No.
Anything you want to say?
No. Happy Mother's Day to everybody.
So we'll see you in a week. Next episode, I'm going to be talking about, well, we'll get into that. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Um, Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Thanks for supporting. And we're going to go figure out what's for dinner since she didn't take anything out. So let's see where Ariel and I will be sending her. Have a good one.